To make yummy and delicious food, you need lots of love and attention. That is how you cook the base of your dish and the spices that you use. So in this recipe, I'll be showing you the easiest sausage curry ever. And it's going to be amazing once you have your first bite because the flavors are just mild and so delicious. The curry is very easy to make and I have fresh vegetables. For example, I have some carrots which are going to add in some color. I also had some zucchini in my fridge and I decided to add into the recipe. I have tomatoes and onions. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 8 smokies. You can also switch with sausages. So straight to cooking, I'm going to move over to my stove top and place my pan. Today I'm using a cast iron pan and add in around 3 tablespoons of cooking oil because I'm going to be frying my sausages. Wait for the cooking oil to get hot. Once the oil is hot, you're going to place in your sausages into the pan. Cook your sausages for around 2 to 3 minutes until they're browned on all sides, and also make sure to defrost your sausages before cooking. I'm going to use my tongs and clip my sausages while they cook. When your sausages are ready, transfer to a plate lined with kitchen paper towels and let the sausages cool so that you can slice. Then in the same pan, I'm going to add in 2 large onions. Make sure I get everything from my bowl. Then I'm going to saute the onions until soft. That is going to take around a minute. The oil is infused with a very nice sausage flavor because we shallow fried our sausages in the oil. So that is some extra flavor to the curry. For this recipe, you can use any onions that you have in the house. So I'm using red onions. When your onions are nice and soft, just like this, you're going to add in 2 large tomatoes. Add in your carrots. Stir in the tomatoes and cook until mushy. And while the tomatoes are cooking, I'm going to be adding in my spices, and I have 3 spices which I'm going to be using. I have some black pepper which I absolutely love, so I'm going to be adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. If you're used to adding in black pepper to food, let me tell you, every dish will have some black pepper because the flavor is just amazing. Then I'm going to be adding in some curry powder, which is the key ingredient because we are making a curry that is. And then I'll be adding in 2 seasoning cubes, which also are going to add in lots of flavor. And seasoning cubes contain salt, so I'm going to cook my dish and then I'm going to check the seasoning. Add my curry powder. Using my spatula, I'm going to stir in the spices so that they can cook together with the tomatoes and carrots. Add in a teaspoon of tomato paste and a splash of water. Stir in the tomato paste and let everything simmer over medium-low flame for around 2 to 3 minutes. As my tomatoes are cooking, I'm going to be slicing my sausages. And because the sausages have already cooled, it's going to be very easy for me to handle or to chop my sausages. Keep aside. Check on my tomatoes and the kitchen is smelling so good. The tomatoes are not yet fully cooked down, so I'm going to wait for another minute for the tomatoes to cook. There are different varieties of curry powder, so you can use any curry powder that you have in the house and the dish is going to turn out amazing. This is after 1 minute, so I'm going to use my spatula and smush the tomatoes so that they can be well cooked. The base of my curry is looking very delicious. Once you notice oil separating from the tomatoes are well cooked. So the next step is to add in your sliced sausages into the pan. Add in my zucchini as well. Stir in the sausages and zucchini until they are coated with the delicious sauce. Just look at that. And then I'm going to add in 1 cup of water. Bring the flames to medium-low, and then I'm going to wait for everything to come to a boil. Check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, I'm going to be adding in some more salt. While my sausage curry is cooking, I'm going to be making some cornstarch slurry. So in a small bowl, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of cornstarch. Add in a 1/4 cup of water and stir the cornstarch together with the water until it's fully combined. The cornstarch is going to make our curry very thick and glossy. So if you don't have cornstarch, you can add in a tablespoon of all-purpose flour to some water, stir in and add into the curry. So now I'm going to check the seasoning. Yum, so delicious, but I need more salt. So I'm going to take my salt, add in around 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Stir in the salt, and because I've already cooked the sausages, we are just warming up the sausages, and the zucchini are also going to be cooking. So I'm going to cook for around 2 to 5 minutes over medium-low flame. I'm going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. This is going to neutralize the acidity of the dish because of the tomato paste and tomatoes. Stir in, and at this point I'm going to be adding in my cornstarch slurry. Stir in. After adding in your cornstarch, you're going to cook for around 1 to 2 minutes so that you can cook the cornstarch. And once more, you're going to check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you're going to perfect the dish, just to be sure. Perfect. So I'm going to put out the flames. And as you can see, the zucchini is well cooked, the carrots are cooked, the gravy is just so delicious, and the sausages are coated with the delicious gravy as well. So this is a very nice way that you can serve up some budget-friendly dish and everyone is going to enjoy their lunch or dinner. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this easy and amazing sausage curry recipe.